Ground squirrel. Squirrels are members of the family Sciuridae, a family that includes small or medium-sized rodents. The squirrel family includes tree squirrels, ground squirrels, chipmunks, marmots, including groundhogs, flying squirrels, and prairie dogs amongst other rodents. Squirrels are indigenous to the Americas, Eurasia, and Africa, and were introduced by humans to Australia. The earliest known fossilized squirrels date from the Eocene epoch, and among other living rodent families, the squirrels are most closely related to the mountain beaver and to the dormice. Abbott's squirrel or the tassel-eared squirrel, Sciurus aberti, is a tree squirrel in the genus Sciurus native to the southern Rocky Mountains from the United States to the northern Sierra Madre Occidental of Mexico, with concentrations found in Arizona, New Mexico, and southwestern Colorado. It is closely associated with, and largely confined to, mature ponderosa pine forests. It is named in honor of the American naturalist John James Abbott. 9 subspecies are recognized. It is recognizable by its tufted ears, gray color, pale underparts and rufous patch on the lower back. The squirrel feeds on the seeds and cones of the Mexican pinyon and the ponderosa pine when they are available, but will also take fungi, buds, bark, and carrion. Breeding normally occurs in summer, with a spherical nest being built high in the canopy. American red squirrel. The American red squirrel, Tamiaceurus hudsonicus, is one of 3 species of tree squirrels currently classified in the genus Tamiaceurus, known as the pine squirrels. The others are the Douglas squirrel, T. douglasii, and Mearns's squirrel, T. mearnsii. The American red squirrel is variously known as the pine squirrel, North American red squirrel and chicory. It is also referred to as Hudson's Bay squirrel, as in John James Audubon's work The Viviparous Quadrupeds of North America, hence the species name. The squirrel is a small, 200 to 250 grams, 7.1 to 8.8 ounces, diurnal mammal that defends a year-round exclusive territory. It feeds primarily on the seeds of conifer cones, and is widely distributed across North America wherever conifers are common, except on the Pacific coast, where its cousin, the Douglas squirrel, is found instead. Black morph squirrel. Black squirrels are a melanistic subgroup of squirrels with black coloration on their fur. Black morphs of the eastern gray and fox squirrels are the result of an abnormal pigment gene. Several theories have surfaced as to why the black morph occurs, with some suggesting that the black morph is a selective advantage for squirrels inhabiting the northern ranges of the species, with the black fur providing a thermal advantage over its non-melanistic counterpart. Eastern gray squirrel. The eastern gray squirrel has predominantly gray fur, but it can have a brownish color. It has a usual white underside as compared to the typical brownish-orange underside of the fox squirrel. It has a large bushy tail. Particularly in urban situations where the risk of predation is reduced, both white and black-colored individuals are quite often found. The melanistic form, which is almost entirely black, is predominant in certain populations and in certain geographic areas, such as in large parts of southeastern Canada. Melanistic squirrels appear to exhibit a higher cold tolerance than the common gray morph. When exposed to -10 degrees Celsius, black squirrels showed an 18% reduction in heat loss, a 20% reduction in basal metabolic rate, and an 11% increase to non-shivering thermogenesis capacity when compared to the common gray morph. The black coloration is caused by an incomplete dominant mutation of MC1R. Body length is 10 to 15 in, 25.4 to 38.1 centimeters, and a tail length that much again. They range in weight from 1.0 to 2.5 pounds. 453.6 to 1134.0 grams. There is no sexual dimorphism in size or appearance. Individuals tend to be smaller in the West. There are 3 distinct geographical phases in coloration. In most areas the animal's upper body is brown-gray to brown-yellow with a typically brownish-orange underside, while in eastern regions such as the Appalachians there are more strikingly patterned dark brown and black squirrels with white bands on the face and tail. In the south can be found isolated communities with uniform black coats. To help with climbing, they have sharp claws, developed extensors of digits and flexors of forearms, and abdominal musculature. Fox squirrels have excellent vision and well-developed senses of hearing and smell. They use scent marking to communicate with other fox squirrels. Sciuridae, which generally live on or in the ground, rather than trees. The term is most often used for the medium-sized ground squirrels, as the larger ones are more commonly known as marmots, genus Marmota, or prairie dogs, while the smaller and less bushy-tailed ground squirrels tend to be known as chipmunks, genus Tamias. Together, they make up the marmot tribe of squirrels, Marmotini, a division within the large and mainly ground squirrel subfamily Xeraneae, and containing 6 living genera. Well-known members of this largely holarctic group are the marmots, Marmota, including the American groundhog, the chipmunks, the sussex, Spermophilus, and the prairie dogs, Cynomus. They are highly variable in size and habitus, but most are remarkably able to rise up on their hind legs and stand fully erect comfortably for prolonged periods. Indian giant squirrel. The Indian giant squirrel is one of the largest squirrels with a head and body length of 25 to 50 centimeters, 10 in 1 featuring 8 in, a tail that is about the same or somewhat longer, and a weight of 1.5 to 2 kg. The animals roll in plant dispersal through their habit of collecting and storing food for winter use. File. Tamias, Tokyo Area 2012-12-19. OGV Play Media. Tamias in a cage in Tokyo area. The genus Tamias may include all chipmunk species in 3 genera. Tamias, the eastern chipmunk and other fossil species. Eutamias, of which the Siberian chipmunk, E. sibiricus, is the only living member, and Neotamias, which includes the 23 remaining, mostly western, species. These classifications are arbitrary, and most taxonomies over the 20th century have placed the chipmunks in a single genus. However, studies of mitochondrial DNA show that the divergence between each of the 3 chipmunk groups is comparable to the genetic dissimilarity between Marmota and Spermophilus, so each of the 3 genera have been split.